praise.
That's what I did.
You.
That the anxiety in the heart of a man causes depression, but a good word makes him glad. People of God, there are many of us right now that have slipped into this area of depression because of all the things that we're worried about. But can I tell you why God has you here today? God got you here to give you a good word, to bring you up out of that place. Look at somebody and say, I'm glad I made it today. Yes, indeed. See, because when you get a good word, it shows up in your life, and you then begin to manifest that word in your life, and you begin to be different no matter what's happening in your life. You've learned some things through God's word. That's how you can tell who we are, who don't worry. We've learned how to be cool in every crisis that comes in our life. We have learned you can throw us in a prison like Paul and Silas. We'll transform that cell into a sanctuary and have church all by ourselves. You can put us in a midnight situation and tell us that we're going to be crying forever, and we'll declare a moratorium on our tears, and we'll declare weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. I ain't like everybody else. I don't break like everybody else. I don't give up like everybody else because I got a word from God. And people of God, it's because we've learned how to win over worry. It is time to take authority over the spirit of worry. You pacing the floor all night long. You up at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning with a big bowl of ice cream watching Lifetime. You can't go to sleep. You're tossing and turning, about to bite your fingers off because you done chewed your fingernails off. You just worried about this and worried about that, and you're popping this pill and getting stoned over here. But God told me to tell you today is your last day worried about the stuff that you've been dealing with. Touch your neighbor, tell them there's deliverance in this house today. I don't know about you, but I'm making a declaration. I'm coming out of this foolishness. What the enemy thought evil for me, you meant it for my good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow my praise to rise above. You know what we need right now? You know what we need right now? We need a checkup from the neck up. Look at your neighbor, say, check up from the neck up. Tell them what you look like today. Tell them don't be sitting next to me looking pitiful. Don't you sit on this pew looking like you broke down and tore down. Tell them God's been too good to us on this road. Hey! When you understand the power of going in your closet, he said, shut the door. When I was a little boy, I never will forget, we were driving and had to find directions, and I was lost. Trying to get there, and at that time they had phone booths. They don't have many of those today, phone booths. They had those little iron cords, the phone book hanging like this. Y'all feel me now? Yeah, and I'm in the phone booth, and it's nighttime, and I'm trying to figure out how to read the phone book in the dark. It ain't making sense to me. I can't see. I'm in there. I got my 35 cents ready to make the call, but I can't see the numbers in the phone book. It ain't making sense to me until somebody said to me, boy, go in closer and shut the door. And when I shut the door, the light came on. Then I was able to see. Reason why some of you never get no revelation and illumination, because you don't shut the door. You can't have one foot in prayer and one foot dropping it like it's hot. If you don't think prayer works, ask David about it. David will tell you, we came back from battle. Our city was burned at Ziklag. The men were ready to stone me, but I got on my face and asked God what to do, and God gave me a word. Go back and get your stuff. You don't think prayer works? Interview Daniel. He'll tell you, I was in trouble. I was in the lion's den, and I was on the menu. I was the main course. But when I got through praying, God made those lions a pillowcase, and I slept all night long. If you don't think prayer works, ask Peter. He'll tell you, I was in prison. They were ready to kill me after Easter, but they were having a prayer meeting at Mary's house, and the people prayed, and an angel came and set me free. Because the way I act doesn't make sense to people who live completely in the objective arena. If you live completely in the objective arena, my life don't make sense to you because it's beyond your reasoning ability. You look at me and you say it just doesn't make sense for him to act that way or be that way based on what he's going through. Anybody under that kind of stress, under that kind of pressure, going through that should be broken, should be panicking, and here you are walking around with peace. And the only way they can understand you is to say, maybe you're in denial.
To view this message in its entirety, please visit MountZionAnywhere.org.